Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's EJ. My channel is basically about London and Lagos lifestyle. So sometimes I'll be talking about things related to London, sometimes I'll be talking about things related to Lagos. So you can kind of classify it as the ramblings of a Nigerian Londoner if you want. That would be a perfect title for it. So today I'm going to be doing book review. So I'm going to do a series of book reviews in December. I initially thought about doing book review with Nigerian authors, but because I've been reading a few Nigerian books or rereading some books, I thought I might just make it a Nigerian book review to start with. So this first book I'm going to review, it wasn't initially the first one I wanted to review, but because we've all been talking about it, I just thought it makes sense to kind of review it first. Like, if you can't join them, if you can't beat them, join them. So basically, that's why I'm kind of reviewing it, just to go with the flow, basically. The book I'm going to be reviewing is called it's called Becoming by Toke Makinwa. If you don't know, Toke Makinwa, it's like this vlogger who makes all this relationship vlogs, and I think she's funny. I've been watching her vlogs for a while. One of my favourite vlogs is How to Be a Baby Girl. If you don't know, a baby girl is a fine girl who doesn't say much, but always gets what she wants. Like, she's like, if you think you are fine and you're not a baby girl, you are nobody. So she's hilarious. But if you watch her blogs, you'll see some sadness or something in her eye that she's kind of overcompensating through her blog. You can really tell she loves her blog, and her blogs brings her joy. I'm not trying to name drop or anything, but I did meet her once at Tiwa Savage's hen night. I was working for this company who was into events, and for some reason, we ended up at Tiwa's hen night. And Toke, I met her there. She was like, she had sadness in her eye, and she was this tiny, tiny lady. I'm like, oh, you're so little. So you're the Toke I've been watching. So that's that story of meeting her. Don't know if you care about that, but hey, I've told it anyway. Now let's go to the book. Oh, before I go to the book, I was really inspired by her writing it. So I thought, she's going through this much and she was still able to write a book. I've been procrastinating. Me and procrastination, we are not just having an affair, we are about to get married, me and procrastination. So I just thought, this lady's been going through all this much and she still has time to write a book. If she can do it, so can you. So basically, she inspired me to write a book. 1 second. Sorry, that was random. I was checking the sound was on. So basically, she inspired me to finish my book. It wasn't that it wasn't done. I just had to tidy it up, but I've been just putting it off for the longest time. So it's not a sad book. It's just a travel book about my time in Lagos. It's kind of like a dummy's guide on how to travel Lagos for the first time. It's going to be out in a few weeks, so I'm going to post it, so watch out. It might be useful to you if you're going to go to Lagos for the first time. Even if you are Nigerian and you haven't lived in Lagos, you might find it useful. But if you're not Nigerian, everybody knows a Nigerian, it could make a nice present for somebody. There you go, I've plugged the book. So let me adjust. I just feel like a midget. I don't know why. I'm not the tallest person, but I still feel like a midget in this chair. This chair just feels like a giant chair, and I've got like 2 cushions, and I still feel like midget. Everybody has their own sadness. My own is I'm a midget, but it's okay. I live with it. It's fine. So let's get back to the book. Ignore my ramblings. I do that a bit, but you'll get to know that. So about the book. What I did like about the book, it was so easy to read. It was descriptive. I love the chapter titles, and I love the little quotes to introduce each chapter. That was cute. It really added to the impact of the book. So that was really nice. I like that. Yeah, I literally almost finished it in a day. Like, I took a few hours. I was just like, wow, this is interesting. So it's a really good read. But prior to reading it, I didn't think it was going to be 75% about Maje. Maje is her ex-husband, Toke Makinwa's ex-husband. I knew it was going to be about him, but I didn't know it was a lot about him. So at some point, I just got fed up of Maje's story. Not anyway, saying anything bad about Toke. I'm just saying, I just got tired of his story. It was like always disappointing her, flipping the script, not being consistent, lying, just so many things that I just thought, last, Maje, I'm tired of your story. I mean, it's not even like it's Morris Chestnut or anything. Like, I'm not saying anything bad, but he's okay. It's not like he's the most handsome guy on earth. So why does he have the right to do this? I mean, through their relationship, he had all these women. There was Hona, there was Aisha, there was Pinky, aka Anita, there was Crystal. That all while he was kind of somehow dating Toge. So, you know, I just got tired of him. You know, not of the story, but just of him. I was like, last, Maji, I don't have time. Because as the book, if you're gonna read the book, the way it kind of began their love story, he was like kind of a semi-normal guy. He kind of tried to woo her. You know, her favorite meal was peppered snail. He got it for her because I had a conversation about it. I mean, my favorite meal was okwa. So if you're trying to woo me, maybe you should try okwa. I mean, I've never had a guy make okwa for me, but if he did, I could fall in love. I mean, that could help, maybe. So there you go. Cook okwa for EJ. Okwa, if you don't know, it's like African breadfruit. It's really yummy. If you don't know, just get to know. I might send a link of some okwa pictures if you care. If you care, maybe leave a comment that I care. If you don't, that's fine as well. Okay, so I've talked about what I liked about the book. It's easy to read. It's descriptive. I love the chapter titles and I love the little quotes. I didn't really think it was going to be that much about magic, but I understand it. Now, let's talk about what really annoyed me about the book. The most painful thing about the book was Grace and Ruth. So Grace and Ruth are two house assistants that Toke grew up with when she was a child. So basically the gas cylinder in the kitchen wasn't working. So Toke's mom told one of them, told A to tell B that the cylinder's not working. So if B should come in, don't, tell her not to use it. Who was it? Was it Grace or Ruth? I can't remember which one she told, but she told A to tell B to make sure she tells her not to use the cylinder. But because they were not speaking, she didn't tell B. So as B came into the kitchen, she switched on the cylinder and there was a fire. I mean, the fire broke out in the flat and the fire burnt Toke's mum and injured Toke's dad, and he died as well. So it's like really like disgusting because of two stupid women. I mean, I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but I mean, they should have some kind of consequence. There should be atonement for it. You can't just do that and think, oh, that's just, to me, it's unacceptable. But that's not even an exception. It happens a lot in Nigeria. I mean, we have a lot of house assistants or in the house, and when they're not speaking, things just don't work in the house. I mean, Nigerians, we can't live like this. We have to do something about it. Like, I remember once when I was in Lagos at my auntie's house, the microwave wasn't working. So I was in the kitchen, fortunately. So I heard that the microwave wasn't working. So assistant A was supposed to tell assistant B, don't turn on the microwave. But so assistant B was in the kitchen when again I was in the kitchen. I like to eat, so I'm always in the kitchen, so sorry about that. So basically, assistant B was just about to turn on the microwave. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You can't use that. She's like, well, I didn't know. Nobody told me. They talk to me. I'm like, are you serious? You could have caused a serious harm or fire just because you guys are being stupid. Like, to me, that's highly unacceptable. So I'm not trying to sound preachy, but before we hire people, we need to let them know if you're not speaking to each other, if it's to do with a health hazard, you must tell. And not even do that. Tell everybody. Don't just tell A, tell B, tell C. Tell everyone so everybody know what's the scope. You can't just trust one person because clearly, if they're not speaking, they're just not going to speak. So that was the most annoying thing in the book. Like, I'm like, I don't want to curse the dead, but if they were alive, I I would curse them so badly. I know Toke has probably been getting this all her life. I'm sorry, but it was really sad. So I know you don't want people to feel sorry for you, but you know, at that moment, reading that part, I actually felt bad, felt sorry for you. But yeah, so that part, you know, I did kind of get some sniffles in my eye because I'm just like, come on, just one stupid action of these stupid women caused like a really traumatic time in her life. So now I understand everything, like, you know, of her character. I mean, it changes someone. I think she was barely 7 when it happened. Yeah, I think, yeah, she was 7. So that's sad. That was the most annoying thing in the book. Apart from Maje's own is just, it's on a different level. I mean, he has no respect for her. He just, like, every time they split up, he goes and cheats, or not even when they split up, during the time, he has mistresses. I mean, but when they first met, he was so sweet to her. Like, there was one incident when it was raining, he took off his coat to let her cover her hair. I mean, I'm a sucker for romance. I mean, if someone did that to me, I would think, wow, I love them. So I really understand where she's coming from. Like, some people are just like on that side of romance. Like, if you do something really sweet to them, they would just interpret that as like super love. I mean, I would do that, but I'm like, if you're gonna do anything shady, I'm like, that's he's okay. I'm not the only girl, you're not the only boy. Hola. Oh yeah, let's move on. Oh yeah, let's go. So I do understand he was really sweet at the beginning. He used to like call her all the time, take her to places she'd never been. She was like a naive like teenager. I think when they met she was like 19, 18, something like that. So he's been part of her life for a while, but he didn't do her right. He's just been going back and forth, flip and flip, flip and flip, flip and flip. But when they first met, they went on a date with so it's Toke, Maje, one of Toke's friend. Is it Wemi or Gwemi? I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, so they had this pact that if you go out with a guy, the other person will check his phone and just make sure there's nothing dodgy. So this friend, Gweme, or Gwembe, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, did say, oh, there's someone in the phone that keeps calling him babes, but I don't think there's anything to worry about. But it's okay, that's a sign. You're going out with this guy and he's calling someone else babe. I mean, this is what Toke in the vlog will say. Shine your eye, yo. But in Love Toke, she's like, it's okay, I can handle it. Girl, you couldn't handle it. It was just too much for you. Like, he was just doing all sorts. I mean, there was a birthday party. You know, everyone expected the Toke and Maje to go together. Maje didn't go with Toke. He went with this Harina girl. There was a time Toke went to Abuja to visit Maje. Maje didn't show up because he was now in Calabar to visit Anita. I mean, this Maje, he has serious problem. He has like split personality. He put her through a lot and she stayed. So this book really goes through all he's put her through. Not all of it, but you know what she wants to tell us. We don't know. There could be a lot more. But I've always wondered, the one that I've wondered is like, why? So Maje's own issue is like a lot. But the girl that he had the most thing with that is still continuing to today is this Anita. That's the second Bane of my book. So Bane 1 was those house assistants, Ruth and Grace. Bane 2 was obviously Maje. Okay, Anita, the other woman, is actually Bane 3. So I felt like in the beginning she was the main chick and Toke was actually a side chick. So, but it was almost as if she let it happen. She let Toke now become the main chick and she was a side chick. Why did she do that? Is there something wrong with her? Is she like, I don't know, does she just like drama? She could have easily had Maje to himself. Sorry, she could have easily had Maje to herself, I think. But the way the book turned out, it was just crazy. Like, 1 minute he's with her, he's with Toke. I mean, he married Toke, but, you know, it's just too much. Like, I don't even know, But during the book, one thing that I wasn't quite convinced about, Toke spoke about, at one point I bleached my skin because Anita was like mixed with Lebanese and Ibibio. So apparently she was lighter skinned, but I've seen pictures of Anita. She's not even that light skinned. So I don't know what they said to Toge or made her feel, but she literally thought she was going to be lighter. So when she met Maje, she was dark skinned, like brown, and then by the end of the book or till now, she's like really, really high yellow, like lighter than Nicki Minaj, that light. So my thing is, I wish she had told us, like, it sounds silly and it probably sounds it probably doesn't sound necessary, but if she had kept a log, like, when I was 1 shade lighter they treated me this way, when I was 2 shade lighter they treated me this way, because you were dark skinned, he wasn't faithful and he didn't treat you good. You became 1 shade or 2 shade lighter, he still didn't treat you good. Like, I don't know, did you think if you were lighter, he'll treat you better? Like, now you are super light and he still went back to this girl that wasn't light to begin in the first place. So that was a part of the book I was just like, that's kind of like maybe a cop-out story. I know they probably put you through a lot and you were probably not at your most comfortable, confident self, but to almost blame it on Anita and Maje, I get they played a high part, but if you did it for them, you could have just gone 1 or 2 shade lighter and see if it made a difference. If it didn't, you could have stopped. Did you want to stop? Could you have stopped? So that was one part of the book I just thought she wanted to sweep under the rug. So I just thought, I'm not buying what you're selling, but okay. Like, I hope, I can't judge, but what I read, I didn't buy it completely. But that could be completely different. But this Anita chick, ooh, she tried it. I mean, you let Maje marry Toke, so why not let him go? And eventually, you got pregnant for him. Like, are you serious? And then, to top it off, there was an agreement. You weren't supposed to contact Maje. You were supposed to go through Toke. Toke was trying to see, okay, could I work through this? But you broke it. You still kept contacting Maje because you two had this thing going on. And Toke was like, I can't do this. And then you were trying to insult her, like, oh, you think you're now the better person. She didn't say that. You put yourself in this situation. You wanted to have a child with this man that has no intention of marrying you. If he wanted to marry you, he would have. But I don't know. Oh, did I mention Maje had another child with this Crystal in between this relationship with Toke? And, when Toke said, oh, yeah, I know about Crystal and you have a baby with her. And then, you know what he said? He was almost like, yeah, we had broken up then. And I thought that's what I wanted. I'm like, what kind of person is this? You just break up with someone, you get someone else pregnant, but you've been with her for years and you didn't want her to be pregnant. So I don't understand what's going on. I really don't understand. Maja's story is too much. So Anita's story is equally as complicated. But if anybody knows Anita, please ask her to write a tell-all book and explain her side. Because we've only ever heard Toke's side. Like, I would love to hear her side. You've always wanted this man. You've always had this man, but you kind of were happy to share him. I don't even know who he rightfully belongs to. I mean, he doesn't deserve neither of you, or maybe you guys almost let him do this. But I'm not judging, I'm just saying I would love to hear her own side of the story. It would just be a tell-all of all tell-alls, and I would definitely read it. So to end kind of the review, I mean, it's really good and easy to read, but if you're not really interested about Toke and Maja's relationship, then don't read it, because it's 75% about that. The confession was about just their relationship. I mean, he always cheated. There was a case of STI. I mean, so that's it. There was a sex tape. I mean, Maje convinced Toke to like record them getting busy. So she's like, okay, if that's what he wants, I'm gonna do this for my man. So she did. So one day she thought, what happened to that tape? Let me watch it. And she now played the tape. It wasn't her, it was Anita. So Maje, you go around having sex tape with everybody. Me, I cannot even deal with this magic guy. He's just too much. But please, if you ever see me, don't hurt me. I mean, I don't know you, but all we've heard, it's a bit much. There's some notes I made on my, or there's some quotes I made. Some quotes about the book that I'm gonna read. That it just summarizes this whole mess. Okay, so where will I start? So at first, when even Anita was pregnant, Maje didn't even seem remorseful. So Toke's like, what's she having? He's like, a boy? How long have you known? I've always known. Why, Maje, why? Tears streaming down my face again. Where did it go wrong? He's quiet for a moment. It was what I thought I wanted, he finally says. You always think you wanted. You thought Crystal was what you wanted. Now you think Anita's what you wanted. Like, you ask it so to the it's so. Sorry, I'm not insulting you personally. I'm just saying your behavior. Please, don't hurt me. So this is a quote from, this is like part of the book that you know Toke really suffered. Maje and I had been together for 9 years, on and off. At this point, it was a never-ending cycle of hurt and betrayal. Every time we took 10 steps forward in our relationship, we took 50 back. Each time I gave up and let go, Maje would come after me and hold me so tightly till I gave in. He would play the part of a changed man for a while, but just when things seemed to be getting better, he would break my heart again. Each time worse than the last. I was emotionally exhausted. Tears at this point had become my companion. I was unhappy with him. Afraid, suspicious, unsettled, but utterly miserable without him. I was in a bad place, and it got even worse. And then this made me, this was just crazy. And then what even was the most shocking, she's like, but wait, maybe marriage will fix it. Yes, we had to get married. It was the only way we could have peace. And even during her marriage or her wedding day, she was like, finally I thought he chose me. He has stepped up and he's finally ready to make us a priority. It was my wedding day. I was happy, yet I was waiting for something to happen. Maje had disappointed me 3 times before. Can you see? He will say, oh, we're going to get married. She'll get excited, buy a dress, fit dress, and then he'll say, I'm not coming. What kind of person is this? Is he well at all? He's not well at all. So the book is interesting to read, but if you're not really interested about Maje and Toke's relationship, then I would give it a miss. But if you are, it's a really good read. You know, it's quite insightful. You can really see why she or how she's come to where she is now. So, I mean, I do feel sad for her. I know Toke doesn't want anyone to feel sad for her, but sorry, this is me feeling sad for you. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'm feeling sad for you. But I mean, you don't need to do anything with it, but I'm feeling sad for you. That's basically it. Oh, I was going to say one last thing. Oh, the point of the book. That was shady. You know how each chapter had a cute little title? You know, Confession, the beginning. The chapter about Anita, chapter 10, called The Other Woman. I was like scanning my copy. I was like, wait, so this is blank. I knew one of my other like friends had bought a copy as well. And I was like, what happened? Look, what about chapter 10? She's like, no, mine is blank too. And I was like, whoa, Toke, that's some shade. She's like, I have nothing else to say about this woman. I'm going to leave her blank. So there's like 5 pages of blank. I was expecting this, but now I understand. She has said all she has said. There's no point dragging up any other issues about Anita. So that's the book for you. Easy to read, descriptive. A lot about the relationship with Maje and Toke. Him dumping her, breaking her heart, going away for a while, being with someone else, her taking him back. You know, for 5 years they were doing this. Then she decided they were going to get married. They were married for 18 months. Then she finally broke it off. And now, that's it. Maje is just a sad old man. I don't know how old he is, but he's a sad old man. He's a nasty sad old man. And Anita, I wish her luck. I mean, personally, I don't have any beef against her because she could easily be Toke. And just because Toke is in the limelight, that's why we're hearing her story. So I don't feel any way against or for Anita. I just thought the part she played was a bit shady. Once they had gotten married, you should have let it go. So that's that part. Yeah, it's okay. I wish you well. The book's really good. I hope, I hope it sells really well. I know it will. I mean, I've heard a lot of people talking about it already, and it's only been out for like less than 2 weeks, 12 days, if I'm correct. So that's the end of the review for Becoming. Next week, I'm going to do, I forgot the book upside. Next week, I'm going to be reviewing The Fisherman. The Fisherman. So, if you don't know what it is, hang on. I'm going to get the copy now and show you. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. So, next week, I will be reviewing The Fisherman. Oh, can you see? Yep, so that's the book. This book, it is good. So if you can read it before Wednesday, that'd be great. So if I do a review, you'll know what I'm talking about. But man, I'm warning you now, if you're going to read this book, you're going to need some tissues. Lots of tissue. Like, please join me again next week Wednesday when I review this book. So good, The Fisherman. So that's my first official blog, that's my official vlog. I hope you liked it. If not, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to do. If you like me to sing, maybe. If you like me to dance, oh yeah. If you like me to do some acrobats, but I won't, but you can always ask. That's fine. You don't get it if you don't ask, but you might not get anyway, so you might as well ask. So that's the end of my first book review for Becoming. Next week I'm going to be reviewing The Fisherman. That's my first vlog, and it's really exciting. I thought it was going to be more nerve-wracking than it is, but we'll find out what you say. Please don't be mean to me, because I will cry. You don't want to see me cry, because I have an ugly cry face. So if you want to see me cry, say something bad about this vlog and I will cry. No, I won't. I'll just be like, thank you for commenting. Well, until next time, my name is Ijoma, and you have been watching my Longidi channel. Feel free to go to my blog as well, longidi.com. I will put some description in the box. I don't know where it's going to be, so I'm pointing everywhere in case I decide to put it here. I know where I'm going to put it. I'll just try and upload this video first. See how it goes. If it goes well, I will be doing it regularly. So hopefully the next one will be on Wednesday. So if you can, tune in. I know you will. So until next time, stay peaceful. Love. Until next time, love from Africa in London. Okay. Ciao. Bye.